Welcome, everybody. I'm Layne LaVanway, and you know what time it is. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about 50 Shades of Grey. I don't talk about movies. I review them. Hard. Alright, everybody, welcome back to another review, and this time, because of the particular movie, 50 Shades of Grey, my wife is back. So right off the bat, I just want to say that I'm going to go against most of the reviews I've watched based off of this, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by the movie. So let me just talk about a few things that I liked, and then you can either agree with me or talk about things that you liked.
Okay.
So I liked Dakota Johnson as Anastasia Steele. She was quirky and funny, and mostly came off, I think, as I think a regular girl would, sort of flung into this extreme situation of it's not just supposed to be, it's not just an attractive man who's interested in her, it's a billionaire. And for the most part, I felt like she handled it well.
I liked her. I liked the casting of him better than I liked the casting of her. I thought she did good. I thought they made her a little bit too plain at times. And in all fairness, he bought all his subs cars.
Okay, but that's not.
I'm just saying.
It's not in the movie though, so.
But yeah, I think everybody would be like, okay, I haven't done anything with anybody, and now there's this situation. She plays it good. I think she did good.
Now I'm the opposite. I liked her more than I liked him. What's his name? Jamie
Dornan.
So I don't really know. That's all you know. I don't really know his work that well, so I just thought part of it could easily be the material that he has to work with. Because when it comes to cheeseball lines, he is certainly the one that has to deliver more of the lines, of those types of lines in this movie. And so and he's playing a bland character, at least in this first set, in the first movie. As she's told me some of what happens in the later ones, he sort of opens up more. But in this first one, he has to play a character who's super controlled, or super controlling of his emotions, of the people around him, of his business. And the line is even in the preview where he says, I exercise control in all things, in response to, like, how is it that you've become, what do you your success to, and those sorts of things. He's a control freak in all aspects of his life. And he doesn't know how to do relationships. He doesn't exhibit a lot of emotion. And so that's just a hard character not only to play, but to get behind. Don't laugh. Put your hands up. Don't laugh. Punch. So it's not necessarily Jamie Dornan's fault. He had to work with what was on the page, basically. So I guess we should mention the plot, though most people probably know what the basic plot is. The basic plot is just Anastasia Steele is this regular poor college girl, who she replaces her friend on an interview to go interview Christian Grey for the college paper. So she goes and interviews him, and because of that meeting, he becomes interested in her and starts to pursue her, and he wants her as part of, into his, to not be a girlfriend, because he has 2 girlfriends, but to be his submissive into his world of BDSM, where he gets to be a dominant person and have a submissive in this relationship. And so it's him trying to get her he really wants her, but to be a part of him, she has to agree to do the type of sex that he likes, because that's just what a relationship is to him. And so it's this building of their relationship is basically what the whole movie is about.
Right.
So the only conflict in the movie is, do I want to get whipped or not? Basically, that's the real, like most movies, you're like, oh, is someone going to die? Is someone going to blow up that building? What's going to happen? Oh no, do I want to be spanked or handcuffs? I'm not sure if I approve. That's the only conflict in the end. That's the only conflict.
Pretty much, it's whether or not she can be a part of this world, because she's never experienced anything like that. So one of my favorite scenes is that business meeting scene where they're in there, because I liked it in the book too, where they're playing and you know, you can see that he wants her. He totally wants to. And she's like, oh, no, I'm totally going to make you wait. Ha ha ha.
That was my favorite scene in the movie, too, is he has a contract. Because basically the way he's a billionaire and he's private, and so anybody he has a relationship with has to sign two things, basically. One is, what is it called? Those agreements?
The notice of...
No non-disclosure agreement, so they can't talk at all about anything about him or their relationship or what goes on, which makes sense to me logistically. And then the second thing is there's a contract that he has set up about all the rules for what will take place during their relationship. And then it's not, but it's negotiable. So because there might be things on there that you're like, I hate that. That's disgusting. I won't do that. I will do this. Or I want this if you want me to do this. And so he's open to that. So there's a scene where she's getting serious about it. And she wants a business meeting with him, like a real business meeting, not where they go on a date. And it's time to negotiate the contract, the problem she has. And there's some humor in it because of her things that, you know, she's just reading out loud some of the stuff that's on the list that she doesn't want to do, or things she's maybe interested in, or her ignorance on what some things are. But then she's exerting some power and control over him, even because she's sort of showing, look, I actually read it, and I have an opinion about things, and if I don't want it, I don't want it. Right. And so it's this fun play between them, but then she takes even more control as she starts to almost seduce him in a way. At the end of that scene, I don't want to say everything because most people have seen, according to how much money it's made, most people have already seen this movie, but if you haven't, I just don't want to spoil the way this particular scene ends. But I was hoping it would go one direction and not the other, and it pleasantly surprised me in the direction. But I think it was my favorite scene in the whole movie. So yeah.
I think one of the funniest scenes is when she falls into his office, because that fall was awful.
Oh yeah,
it was really
right in the beginning of the movie.
And that happens in the book and stuff. But the way she fell was so awful. It was just like
elevator doors are open. She's right in the beginning of the movie. She's stepping into his office, and she's like Pratt falls down, and it's just not awful. Good. It's pretty bad. Okay, so things I didn't like about this movie, and then you can mention anything as well. That you don't like. There were some weird, there's a lot of cheesy dialogue. Is this what you want? Like he says, I don't make love, I F hard. And that just is that seems like a real douchey thing to say. Like, they're getting in an elevator and he's gone over all these rules and stuff like that, but they can't actually do anything until she's willing to sign that contract. That's part of the rules. But then he gets in the elevator and starts making out with her, and he's like, you know, F the rules. It's like that. Or F the paperwork. And I don't know that. I don't know why you would say that. Why wouldn't, that seems like an inner dialogue type thing. And Anastasia, she's the most physically sensitive woman I've ever seen ever, in anything. She's on the bed naked, and he goes down and he's sort of just kissing his way down her body. But then he doesn't even touch her. He just sort of looks up at her and then looks down and I don't know if he was blowing on her stomach, but she's reacting as if she's about to have an orgasm. She's like, oh God. Oh, and the head, I'm going to fall down. The head's whipping, and I'm like, he didn't touch her.
Yeah, I wish I could do would want.
She falls in love with him. But to me, the relationship we see on camera, the moments we see of them, consists of, I want you, and then I'm going to buy you some stuff. And then I want you, and I'm going to buy you some stuff. And we have sex, and I'm going to take you on a ride. So it's like, look at you, I'm giving you things, and I'm giving you sex, and I'm giving you presents and adventures. And so, she's in love with him. I don't know, it didn't feel like that should be enough for her to be like, I'm in love with you. That's all.
I was going to say you have to hit on the Red Room of Pain, because that's such a big thing. I thought they did it good. I was a little intrigued at how they were going to do the Red Room. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I liked how they did it.
It's just a toy room.
I think it pretty much matched the expectations from the book. You had the bed, you had all the toys and stuff like that. So since it is such a big deal, I should probably mention that.
And on that note, we should also mention the sex. in the movie, because this is one of the big deals. It was supposed to be like the raunchiest movie ever. It was supposed to have 20 minutes of sex, and that's supposed to be more sex than all the 2014 movies combined. And so if you're going for sex, are you getting your money's worth? It's a lot of TNA. That's what it is. You don't see any frontal of either actor.
I think it's done good. I think it's not raunchy.
No, it didn't seem raunchy to me at all.
I wouldn't call it raunchy.
But I think if you're going for the sex, I don't know. There's obviously way more sex in the books than there are in the movie.
I wouldn't go for the sex, because that's...
Yeah, go for the story! One more thing that kind of I thought was funny was when we went to see the movie, right before we watched the trailers, and there's a trailer for Magic Mike XXL, where you see a lot of guys. There's 6 or 7 of them. Matt Bomer, coincidentally, who was one of the people that at least the fans wanted to play Christian Grey. And you see them, they're playing male strippers, and their bodies are freaking
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the 6-packs on these guys. And they're just so cut. I mean, they're gorgeous. Let's face it. They look like perfect specimens. And then we watch 50 Shades, and Dornan.
It's Jamie Dornan.
Christian. I'm thinking Dorian Gray.
I know. Christian Grey.
No, I'm thinking of
Jamie Dornan.
The book. Dorian.
Right, you're thinking of the Portrait of
Dorian Gray. That's what I'm thinking of. So, Christian Grey takes his shirt off, and there's just a hint of a 6-pack. He doesn't have that heart. He's built. He looks good.
Yeah.
But compared to, he's supposed to be like, and my impression was he was like a specimen.
Yeah.
And then you see Magic Mike XXL, and those are specimens. So, alright, so we'll give it a grade. I think we'll each give it a grade, what I thought and what the wife thought. So, I have to, I know people might be like, I think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna give it a C. Like, I'm not going to go see it again, but I didn't hate myself for watching it.
Although, I think I'm going to give it a C. I am going to see it again. I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, there you go.
I'll own it.
There you go. Oh, we're going to own it?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully there'll be like a special feature that's just a sex scene or something.
Oh, you wish.
So that is it, guys. So if you have a comment, please leave it below about what we felt about the movie. And if you're just enraged that I would dare give that movie a C, let me know. We can talk about it down in the comments. And make sure you subscribe so you can get all the movie reviews. We got Psych Flicks every week, and every once in a while I come out with some kind of movie news or things like that. And so hopefully you guys liked this. And until next time, watch more movies.